This color along will take place in the Wildflower adult coloring book by Christine Karron. My goal for this page is to change what looks like Red Riding Hood into Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. This color along focuses on coloring the hair. Hey there, it's Jody. If you're just joining me, in the last video I shared all of the different items I'll be using. More details about the challenge and the entire video series is linked in the video description. In the first part of the video series, I shared the entire process for the background. This coloring page is grayscale, so I'll have to assume it'll be a little quicker on coloring it in, because I can kind of follow where the shading is placed for her hair. So my inspiration is Judy Garland from the original classic film. I do plan to use some browns, maybe some golden highlights, and possibly some dark brown just to add a little interest on some shading. And if you're new to coloring, some colorists do like to figure out where the lighting is coming from. I often use the left top corner, and I kind of stick with that, but this illustration kind of has the light look like it's coming towards Dorothy instead of the top left corner, but it also looks like it's coming from other areas, so I'm just going to use my normal top left corner as my light source. So I'll have shadows kind of underneath to the right bottom, if that makes sense. You'll see as I'm coloring this. I have dark brown, chocolate, burnt ochre, and goldenrod. And since we're doing her hair, I am going to bring in a little highlight for the cream. So I'm going to go in with the darker shades with the dark brown. Seems to be the darkest color here. I'm doing medium pressure. I only do that if I'm really confident with what I'm doing, but since these are just really dark areas, I'm just gonna accentuate those dark shades with a color. I'll even go here because I want that to look like a highlight. And we'll bring in that other chocolate color once all these shades are done. Grayscale allows you to kind of see what the illustrator thought the shades would be. I'm just doing it very close to what I'm seeing on the sheet here. Dorothy has dark hair, so I'm just gonna go with this brown. And I really like the way the different colors kind of come together, especially for dark hair, because it's got so much potential to be dramatic, you know? It's not subtle at all. I'm going to bring a little shadow here. Bring a little shadow here too. I'm doing light pressure though. Light pressure, so it's kind of has like a muted dark brown there, because this is under her like near her neck. Okay, so there's a little shadow here. We're gonna bump that a little deeper. We want it to really look like it's still kind of dark. I do think this is a night scene, so I have to remember that I don't have to be exactly what this grayscale page offers, but it'd be nice to have a little depth with it as well in the shadows. I'm kind of going out here, kind of trying to cover my flaws from the Inktense. She's got some hair down here. Let's see if that's even in the shot. Go ahead and add some shading here. Grayscale makes it super easy to just kind of go with what the area is, and then I just kind of make my own shadows as well. Okay, let's go ahead and focus on the top. Unfortunately, my camera didn't make it, so I'll go ahead and share what I did with the hair on another page in the same coloring book. This lady here has a similar hair type to the other page. As you recall, I first started with dark brown to shade the area, so I'll go ahead and do that now, and I'll be right back. I'm also adding some like touches on here in the shaft just to kind of let the other layers blend with this shadows. Then I went ahead and filled in some of the color with chocolate. Tried to keep the strokes in the same direction of the hair shaft. Then I went in with burnt ochre on top of the chocolate, along with a little bit closer to the edge of the top of the hair. Then I went ahead and filled in some of the color with chocolate. Then I went in with goldenrod. Then I went in to kind of burnish it in these areas. This style of hair coloring, by the way, isn't about tons of light shining there. I do it more about highlights in the person's hair. So I'm going to go back in with some dark brown and add some definition to all those shadows that I wanted. Just want it all to blend really nice, but I do want to show the little pops of golden tones as it reaches around these little areas, if that makes sense. But she is a brunette, so I don't want to be too light-handed on the dark brown. After everything was colored, I did go back in with black near the nape of her neck and some of the areas around the bottom. Kind of wanted to make more shadows in these areas. So there is how it turned out. I think it's really coming along nicely, and I can't wait to color the rest of it. In the next video, I'll share how I did the basket. Be sure to click next or go ahead and check the links in the video description. Thanks for watching.